Normal step up here, please. Please raise your hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I swear.
Okay, you pull the door, stand down, pull the door towards you. And you got a seat right there. You want a seat? Mr. Norman?
Yes.
You're gonna be asked a series of questions. First by the prosecutor, and the defense attorney will probably ask you some questions, and I may or may not ask you questions, all right? You have to answer all your questions out loud verbally using words. You just can't shake your head or say, because everything's being transcribed. The young lady sitting on the other side of you. Okay? Also, when you're asked a question, please just answer that question and stop. If it's a yes or no type question, just say yes or no and stop. Okay? We all have a tendency sometimes when we're telling something that has an event that has happened to us, especially if that event is traumatic, we tend to ramble. We'll say this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Okay? If you do that, I'm going to miss something. I know nothing about this case. Anything I know about this case is the defendant's name and what he's charged with. And I know your name. That's all I know. I get all my information from what happens in court. One question, one answer at a time. That way I can understand it. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Very briefly, Your Honor. I just want to make a record. When we were here many months ago, Your Honor, when my client was in custody, we came for an exam, and this case was adjourned for the purpose of inquiring an interpreter, because an interpreter was not here on the day that we were here. I asked counsel has indicated that they don't need an interpreter, and I understand it's the people's case. But at the end of the day, I just need to make a record, because if witnesses do not need an interpreter, and that's the, if that's the record being made here, that's fine. Then at a later date at trial, I would like that to be on the record today. That witness does not need an interpreter.
So Norman, you understand everything I said to you? Yes? You didn't understand what I said to you?
No, you speak. Okay. I understand you because you speak.
Oh, okay. As long as you speak a little slower, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All we gotta do is slow it down for me a little bit.
And Your Honor, just for the record, I'm looking at my notes. I don't see anything indicating that the matter may be done for an interpreter. And I did have an opportunity to converse with the witness, and he indicated that he understood English. I understand. I just need to take my time.
And I certainly, as officers of the court, wouldn't come in here and make something up.
No, I'm saying you would. Because at this point,
But either way,
even if it was, it's a new point.
Of course,
Doesn't
I agree.
understand enough. As long as we, slow down a little bit. If you don't understand something, just let us know. And we'll try to rephrase it or slow down and make sure you do understand. All right? All right, thank you. All right, let's proceed.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please state your name again for the record. No, just say your name.
Yeah.
Say your name.
My name is Ammar Noman.
Okay, and just speak into that microphone right here.
Ammar.
Yep, say it again.
Ammar Naaman.
Thank you. And Mr. Noman, let me take you to May 6th, 2020.
Okay,
Do you remember that date?
yeah,
Were you working on that date?
yeah.
Where were you working?
I work in Greenfield in gas station, called Sanaco. I don't remember the number of the location, but it's in Greenfield, Detroit.
Okay, let me stop you there. Give me a chance to ask you a question, okay? And just answer the question.
Okay,
That's in the city of Detroit, county of Wayne.
okay.
Is that correct? Is it in Detroit?
Correct,
Okay. And that's in the county of Wayne, Wayne County?
correct.
Okay. And while you were at work, did you come into contact, did you see anyone that you saw on that day in the courtroom today?
Again,
Do you see anyone in the courtroom from the gas station?
now,
Yes.
yeah, this guy.
Okay, when you say this guy, could you please point to him and describe what he's wearing?
This guy, and I know he has no teeth here.
What is he wearing now? What is he wearing now?
He wears this sweet gray, gray.
Okay.
He has one teeth, he lost it.
Okay. No, I got it, you got that part.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant, DeAndre Poulton.
Regulatory flat.
Okay. What happened when you saw the defendant? What happened?
When I saw him, he used to came and solidation around the gas station. And when I get out of my cabina to close the door, he get in the cashier, and I get in. When I follow him, he told me I have a knife. I have a knife.
Okay, so let me stop you there. Before you followed him and he said, I have a knife, I have a knife. What did you see him do?
He trying to like he want to buy something, and when he
Did he
noticed,
buy anything?
no,
What did he do with the things that you said he looked like he liked to buy? What did he do with the things that he looked like he liked to buy?
nothing. He just watching like this. When I was in his behind, he get him.
Okay, so what happened after he said, I have a knife? What did he do? Just explain what he did and what he said.
What did actually I'm not see a knife. Actually, this one number one. But he got some money from from the shelf.
Where was the money?
It was on the shelf.
Was it his money or was it someone else's?
No, it's for gas station money. It's for change. We put some money out. We used to do that for change. When I don't have the change, I can use it.
Okay. And this is in a machine that comes in and out?
No,
Okay.
not in the drawer.
Okay, but it's money, it's the gas station's money.
Yes,
Did you give him that money?
no,
Did you give him permission to take the money?
no.
So how did he get the money?
I told you, when I was in his behind outside the glass, he in hurry, he get in and he took it.
Okay,
But when I follow him, he told, I have a knife, I have a knife. I do nothing for him. I told him, you can't get down because I can't take the risk.
okay. And what happened next?
Nothing. I let him go. I don't trying to fight him or anything else. I let him go in peace. And after that, I called the manager, the owner, and when he came morning after 4 or 3 hours, we called police.
Okay. And do you know about how much money was taken?
It's around 240, 260, around this.
Okay,
Not 300, what I said before, because I thought it's 300. But when I revision with my manager, he told me no, it only was 200.
Okay.
It's for honest.
Okay. And was money ever actually counted that was collected from that day?
Yeah,
Okay. And when it was counted, is that when you found out how much was actually taken?
yeah, it's like 240,
Okay.
260 between this.
Okay. Did you ever get the money back?
No.
Okay. I don't have any other questions at this time.
Ron?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Just gotta keep your voice up. and-
Understood.
just a
Good
little
morning,
slower.
sir. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I tend to, Max, I have a hard time projecting sometimes. So it's my understanding that you were working basically as the cashier or clerk at the gas station, is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And I apologize, I'm sure you already said this, but what time, a day or night are we talking about here? What time do you say this approximately occurred when you first, this all happened?
I don't remember the exact time. I don't remember it.
Understood.
It's like 2 after 2 a.m., 2:30. It's around this.
Would it be fair to say sometime between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m.? Does that sound
Your
like?
Honor, the people would object. The witness specifically said he doesn't know. At this point, he's speculating, and he gave a range. But he said he doesn't know.
Oh, they gave a range, you said, between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Or you just, I don't know, three questions.
Yes, sir. My understanding, what you're saying, would be sometime between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m.? Does that sound
I'm
fair?
not sure, really, for sure. To be honest,
Okay. Would it be fair to say sometime, it's definitely at night, and it's definitely after midnight?
after midnight.
Okay.
After, definitely.
And it's dark outside?
Yeah.
That's, and, when you first saw the individual that you said did what you described, where did you first see them? Was it outside of the store, the gas station, or inside the gas station?
He, the guy who do that,
Correct.
I used to see him every day in my shift. He would stay outside the gas station and ask for money for the customers.
I just want to be clear. I'm just asking, when did you first see the person on that night?
And that night,
Correct.
after the accident by 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Did you ever notice this person outside of the gas station before you saw them inside?
Personally,
Yes, you.
and that guy,
Whomever is the person that you described that took the money,
yeah,
did you see that person outside of the gas station at any time before, before you noticed them
yes.
inside?
In front, he used to stay in front of the external door of the gas station. I see him every day when I came my shift. He used to stay.
The person that took the money, you're used to seeing before, correct? You've seen them before,
Every day,
every day.
almost every day.
On this night, when you came into the
Yeah,
store,
yeah,
did you see that person standing outside?
yeah.
You did.
Again?
On the night that this happened,
Okay.
did you see the person standing outside when you got to the gas station?
I don't remember.
After you started working,
Okay.
did you ever observe that person outside of the gas station?
Your Honor, objection asked and answered just in different ways. He asked him, did you see him on the night that he worked? He asked him that question outside of the gas station.
Hey, no, he said before this happened. And he's trying to find, I'm gonna overrule objection. I think he's entitled to trying to lock it down, and try to see when exactly he first came in contact with him on this evening. I understand that the witnesses said that he's seen him almost daily. So, but we're only talking about what happened on May 6th right now.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
And what I'm asking is, on May 6th,
Okay.
at some point you arrived at work to the gas station, correct?
Someone what?
You arrived at the gas station to work.
Yeah.
When you got there and you went into the gas station,
Okay.
was this person standing outside?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Really.
Once you started working
Okay.
inside, did you ever see that person outside at any time?
I can't remember really.
Okay. At some point, you see this person inside the gas station, that's fair, right?
I saw him inside.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said that they had some stuff, and that at some point you came outside of the area, is it fair to say like an area of the glass? Is that the safe way to say it? Okay. You came out of that area, right?
Yeah,
Why did you come out of that area?
good question. Because he used to come to solicitation, to beggar.
Okay. So are you saying that he used to
Say
ask for
money
money?
for money, ask for money,
Okay.
and he bother customer.
Okay.
And want to make claim to lock the outside door and call police for him. That's why, that's the reason I get out the glove.
Okay.
And, okay,
Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding
I understand.
your answer.
yeah,
You said that you knew this person from before,
yeah,
that on prior occasions they had caused, well, in your opinion, some trouble at the gas station by bothering customers.
yeah,
That when you saw the person inside of the store, that because of that, that you came out of the area to lock the door
yeah,
because you wanted to call the police on that,
to
on
make him
that,
in custody
in custody.
and call police. When I lock the door, he cannot get out.
Okay.
That's why I lock the door and I am playing it to call police that someone here, he bother customer, he do something, he steal, he like that, I don't want him here. I don't want him here. That's why, but my plan don't work because he get,
Okay.
Cause he what?
he get in behind glass.
Thank you.
So you were trying to do two things. One was lock the door to keep him inside, right?
Yes,
And the other was to call the police to have them come to get him
yeah, before he escape.
before he could escape. Okay. As you said, you were outside locking the door. That's when you said the person came inside the area and grabbed the money.
Yes.
Did anything else occur during that period of time?
Anything what?
Anything else other than what you described?
Okay.
Any kind of argument, any kind of discussion, anything like that?
Your Honor, I would just ask that opposing counsel not ask compound questions, just ask one question.
Yes, you probably need to slow it. That's what-
Okay, I was trying to be-
One issue at a time.
That's fair.
I understand.
What I'm asking, sir, is, other than what you described, that you went to the door to lock it,
Yes.
and the man went into the area and took the money, did anything happen in between there? Did anything else, any discussion?
The discussion, I said before, when he get, I told him, get out, I told him, I have a knife. This is a discussion, the dialogue between, I have a knife. I don't honestly see knife, but he say, I have a knife. So I don't want to take risk. I let him go with 200, like 50, like 40, and give him away to outside. I'm not touch him even.
Understood. When you saw the person go into the area where the money was,
Okay.
you were standing by the front door, for lack of a better, the door that you were locking, right?
Yeah.
You're still standing by that door?
Which door? You have the external door and the glass door. Which door? you mean?
External door, the external.
No, I come back to try to prevent him, to tell him, no, what you doing? Because he comes from my behind. I return back after that. But I stopped in the internal door. I told him, get out. The same dialogue happened.
When you stopped at the internal door, am I right in saying that when you say the internal door, you're talking about the door between the customer area and your area? Is that fair?
Yeah.
When you stopped at that door, at that time, where is the man?
The money,
The man?
The man?
Yeah, the man.
that man, he was in front of my register, in front of him, exactly. And he got the money from the shelf after register behind, down register, and he grabbed it and put it in his pocket.
Okay. After this was all over, you didn't call the police, correct?
No,
You just, it was your intention to call the police when you locked the door, though.
yeah,
And at that time, the person who was in the store, they had not done anything wrong on that night. Is that fair?
Objection, Your Honor. Opposing counsel is here to process like that. He said he didn't do anything wrong. You can call him for speculation.
What,
I'm asking
you're
you,
gonna have to be
let me be more.
specific with your question because
I will.
wrong at what point?
That's fair. That's fair. Sir, at the time that you walked through the internal door and you went to go lock the door
okay,
with the intention to call the police,
okay.
the man that you were calling the police on had not committed any crime. Is that fair?
Not yet.
Okay. There were no customers in the store that he was harassing, right?
No customer.
In fact, he was the only one in the gas station, correct?
Yes.
And at the time when you locked the door to call the police, he had done nothing wrong. Is that fair?
Until then, but after, when I was in his
I
behind,
understand that, sir.
he did.
But up to the point where you locked the door, he had done nothing wrong. Is that fair?
Some wrong like stealing, but I'm not see. But he make me suspect of him about by his behavior. And when customer came, he asked him for money. That's wrong what he do before.
I understand. And
That's why I want to send him to police.
just so we're
That's
clear,
why.
as you testified before, the reason why you were calling police was for things that he had done before. Is that fair?
Yes.
Your Honor, if people would object to further questioning on this issue, it's not relevant. My objection is relevant.
You have to object to
I
a
think-
question.
Huh?
You have to object to a question, not to hypothetical.
So,
Well, you can
In terms of
object to the line of questioning, because a lot of times I will stop the line of questioning if I think it's not relevant. But I kind of think you were finished with that line,
Yeah,
right?
I am.
Okay, we're done with it.
Well, you said that you never saw a knife at any time, right?
But you want-
You never saw a knife, correct?
No.
You never saw any weapon, correct?
Anyone?
Any weapon, no weapons.
Weapon?
No
No,
weapon.
no, I don't see.
The
But
man,
I don't want to take risk. That's why
I understand, sir,
I don't
sir.
fight.
sir,
Hold on,
understand,
remember what I told you, just answer the question that they asked you, and then stop. All right, thank you.
some hours later, your boss or some other employee came to the gas station.
Yes,
Prior to that, nobody had called the police, correct?
yes, before that.
Before that, should use that word. And after that person came, and you and him talked about what happened, correct?
Yes,
And then, did you ever watch a video?
did me what?
Did you ever watch any video?
No,
Okay. At some point, someone did call the police, right? Someone did eventually call the police.
okay, yeah,
And this is several hours later, right?
yes.
Did you call the police or did someone else?
My boss,
Your boss called the police. Was your boss the owner of the gas station?
yes,
Okay. Your boss came and then when the police came, you were still there, correct?
yes.
Okay. The man never tried to touch you or anything, did he?
Don't touch me.
I just want to get one kind of detail clear. When you were talking to him and you said the person said something about a knife, you remember that
So
part?
that's why I was asking opposing counsel to be clear when he said.
I'm trying to be clear, Your Honor.
Let me finish.
I'm trying.
You said when you talked to
Ms. Franklin, you gotta let them finish the question, then if you have the objection, you answer.
But who is him, Your Honor? He said when you talked to
Him, the only man in the gas
Only
station.
one person. on
There's
the-
only one person in here.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
There's only one other person in the store, and that's already been identified as a defendant. So,
The
go ahead.
only people in the gas station are you and the man who took the money, correct?
Yes,
Okay. When you were speaking to that man, you said something to him, and he said something about a knife, correct?
Yes,
Okay. When that was said,
when that,
when he said that,
when he said that,
where are you and him in relation to the external door? So what I'm asking is, and I'm not trying to play it out here, but I'm just saying, say this is the door, where are you and him when that conversation occurs?
he was in front of the register of the money, and I was, open the internal door to classroom.
Okay, so you opened the internal door and said something,
Yes,
and then he said something.
yes,
Okay. I know you said you went to lock the door. Did you actually lock it?
no, because I noticed, no,
Okay. And you said that the money was on a shelf or something like that, right?
yes,
It was not in the register, correct?
yes,
Did you see the man touching any other items within the store?
no,
The man that you saw on that night, did you ever see him again?
no.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
You were,
No, Your Honor.
thank you. All right, you can step down, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You can step down.
Oh.
Yep. Just gotta wait out, just wait outside, they'll come talk to you.
Wait outside?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll be there.
Any further witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
That's
None, Your Honor.
motion.
Your Honor, people ask the court to find over on the information as charged and will reserve further argument for the court.
Any argument?
Your Honor, simply, I would just argue that, I believe it's one count robbery armed, Your Honor. I would argue as to the armed, when it did clearly state that he never saw a weapon. He didn't indicate in any way that he observed, the individual with any kind of weapons, or that the individual, tried to in any way, assault him or even touch him in any way. I do understand, and clearly, the witness stated that the person stated that they had a knife or something to that effect. And, but again, there's no, in this case, as say, just juxtaposed to some other types of cases, there's no, there's no hand in the pocket sticking out. There's no, putting the pen up to somebody's back or something else to kind of make this person additionally reasonably believe that this person is actually armed with a weapon, as opposed to the statement made. I do understand that there was a statement made. I just would argue that it doesn't rise to the level of, that would make this individual reasonably believe that that person was actually armed with a knife. Because in no way, shape, or form did the person actually present or even do something that made the person see that they might be actually armed with a weapon, as opposed to the verbal statement. So I would just, Jake, I would ask that the court find over on unarmed.
Here we go.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, there's probable cause to believe that the defendant did in fact commit the offense of armed robbery and that did occur and it should be a separate name. The defendant did, in the course of committing a larceny, took at least $200 from behind the partition where the register was, underneath the register, from a shelf. In addition to that, he did in fact assault or put this complainant in tears. The complainant specifically said, "I didn't want to take the risk." Your Honor, for an assault is a reasonable apprehension of tears. Well said. And in the course of this conduct, the defendant did in fact represent orally that he had a knife. Now, opposing counsel stated that the witness didn't see a knife, the defendant didn't try to touch the complainant. Neither of those things are required. What is required by this statute, by this offense, is that the conduct is represented orally, which is what we saw here, which is what we heard from the testimony given from the complainant. He said, "I have a knife." my thing and this was, the people had met his burden of proof based on a probable cause statement that the offense of armed robbery did take place, and would ask the court to find over any information.
You remember one
No.
second? Understood.
We'll just
I
argue.
understand, yes, Joe.
Okay, before having heard the arguments, the testimony client says as follows: on May 6, 2020, in the area of the Sunoco gas station on Greenfield, City of Detroit, that the witness, Mr. Amar Nolan, was working there as a clerk cashier. It was after midnight, sometime the general area between 2 and 3 a.m. The defendant came in. The defendant was well known to Mr. Norman, who said he has seen him almost daily. That he harasses the customers asking for money. And when he came in, he had some suspicions about him. He went to lock the door, the outer door, so he couldn't get out and call the police. When he did this, the defendant then walked back into the cashier area. Norman followed him. He took approximately $240, $260 off the shelf underneath the cashier. Norman went to approach him. I tell him, no, you can't do that. He then told me that I have a knife. Mr. Norman backed off at that point and let him go. And he said, let him go in peace. He called his manager, and eventually they called the police. Because, you know, the issue is whether or not, well, it is, the defendant, it's not what's in the defendant's mind, it's what's in the victim's mind. And the victim in this case, was being told, hey, you know, by the defendant that, hey, I have a knife, he believed him. At that point, he said, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna take that risk. He didn't see it, he doesn't have to. All he has to do is believe that the defendant has it, and that is the case. Court finds that the felony enumerating the complaint warrant did in fact occur in the city of Detroit. Probable cause is just charged as defendant. He'll be bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be January 26, 2021, at 9 o'clock a.m.
Your Honor, may I address Mr. Colson's bond?
Sure.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Mr. Colson, this case dates back quite some time. I apologize, Your Honor. I don't know exactly how far back it's been that long. One of the very first cases I got after Ronald, I believe. Mr. Colson spent a significant amount of time in custody, and then was eventually released on a tether. Unfortunately, Mr. Colson did violate his curfew by approximately 60 minutes, and was taken into custody. Mr. Colson, how many months have you been in custody? 9. Mr. Colson has been, as the court just heard, he's been in custody already on this case for 9 months.
Well, he got locked up on September 30th, that's when I increased his bond.
Correct. Correct, that is correct.
So he was been picked up only a day or two before that, so that's not 9 months.
I'm not sure.
I didn't ask you to say anything.
I think between, there's I'm not sure the exact math here, because I know he was in, then he was out for a brief time, and then he was back in. So I apologize that I can't give
He
you.
got out in May, his bond was lowered in May. So I think he got out sometime after his bond was lowered.
violated because he was out of the home zone. That was 3 o'clock in the morning. He's at 13,700 Plymouth. Or from 3 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock the following afternoon. It wasn't until almost 5 o'clock that day. We went to, address on Rutherford. Address is on Plainview, according to the file. So we're not talking about no hour, which is why the bond was revoked.
I understand,
You're
Your Honor.
not giving me a reason to, he does what he wants to do. He doesn't follow he was given the rules and regulations and he said, screw it, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. You can shake your head all you want, but I suggest you not.
I don't think.
Because
Yeah, well, my client is basically, he does, acknowledge and accept the fact that he, and accept responsibility for him, violating the tether. He, quite frankly, I think the court can see from some of the facts of this case that he's had some difficulties. And, he doesn't mean disrespect to the court, that he was just shaking his head because he's just saying he didn't. But what he said was that it just wasn't like that in that way. So he wasn't trying to be disrespectful to the court, Your Honor. I would ask the court to consider the fact that again, though the charge is very serious here, I think, and as I've indicated to the court in prior
you
cases.
got an armed robbery, you got a habitual for it don't look good for him.
Report or pre-trial service report was supposed
Yeah.
We already had that from long ago.
The only problem is,
in some time. They're not doing
they're
it.
not doing it, they're not working across the street.
Right. Like I said,
I can order it, that's, I don't have a problem with that, over this past year, I probably ordered a couple hundred, and I've gotten exactly 0.
what he indicated to me, Your Honor, was that he didn't understand that it was 24-hour lockdown in custody. He thought he had some out time.
3 o'clock in the morning?
I appreciate
Come on
that.
now.
I know where the quote, and again, he's not saying that he didn't violate. He's acknowledging the fact that he was wrong. What he's asking me to ask the court is to consider placing back on tether with the 24-hour house arrest for an opportunity to fight this case.
Who does he live with?
Mother,
And his mother has
What's the
contacted.
address on Plainview?
no.
What's the address?
Address is 20550 Orange Line Street, 48228.
Orange line, so that's east. And all this other stuff you're doing is west,
Well, I think that
correct? I mean, everything else in here, that's all west.
Yes, sir.
that's part of the
I've
problem.
lived in the city almost 65 years now, so believe me, I know the city well.
And I think that's part of the problem, Your Honor, is that quite frankly, he was separated and removed from his family and his home environment.
He walked away from them.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know the details of their family life, so I'm not trying to imply why or any of that. All I'm saying is that, as the court indicated, all of this is happening on the west. He's asking the court to put him on house arrest on the east side. And,
It's the west side. 20, Orange Line Street is on the west side.
oh, I'm sorry. I don't know Orange Line. I'm not familiar with the city as the court. But what I wanted to indicate to the court is that his mother has been in contact with me also. I just wanted to relay that to the court as far as that is a situation. She has contacted me and been involved and interested in Mr. Colson and what's going on with his case and trying to see if he can come home. In fact, the court may recall at one point, Mr. Colson spent a significant amount of time in custody on a $5,000 10% bond because nobody could pay. And that's when the court was gracious enough to, or I think somebody finally came up with it, or I think the court was gracious enough to finally just
No,
give.
it's more than fine, put them on each other,
Yes,
let them out.
that's correct. And
You hear what he is. And he still goes out and what to do. Do exactly what he wanna do, they get violated, and he gets locked up again.
I think all this time has given him some reason to realize that that's not the move he wants to make.
You will leave to the court's discretion, Your Honor.
But I.
Your Honor, one thing, if the court is inclined to let, oh, he would be on house arrest, never mind. I was just gonna ask for no contact order, but,
Yeah, so it's gonna be how, he can't go
24
nowhere.
hours. Understood.
Yes.
All right, I'll give him get your affairs in order, that's all I can tell you. 10,000 personal bonds, GPS tether, house arrest, you do not leave your home, except to come to court, period. Do you understand that? Yes, sir. If I get anything from the sheriff on a violation, trust me, you won't see the light of day. Yes, sir. Until well after all this is over.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh.
You already have one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a reinstate or something like that.
Yeah, he's got one.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, it got released, Judge?
Hopefully get him in the house, right?
You reinstated his bond?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 10,000 personal.
$10,000.
On house arrest, no time out.
$10,000.
Huh?
So you can only leave the horses to the water.
Your only hope that I can see at this point is maybe get him in the mental health court. One,
Hopefully somebody will see the facts and
How old is he?
there's a good chance he didn't have none.
no, but he didn't.
No,
I don't think he did.
I'm not, yeah, exactly, I don't think he did either.
Yeah,
So hopefully somebody else over there would think he didn't.
yeah,
Work.
you mean there's, work it down.
Yeah, I mean, plus he's got some credit to work.
Yeah.
He was. That's his mom actually called the day I was in court one day. Man, 5,000%, it's been that way for. She said, I know. And I was like, oh, and that's when. So I just told him, I said, if you don't realize what you got today, you're a fool because. Sure, the jail's not too, good of a place to be right now.
No, I'm not.
You can tell me to sit in a box outside. I'd be dead in the jail right now. I don't know, but I don't like clothes, so these clothes are. I hate the clothes. Oh, I just can't stand it. I don't know why. If you want to just go ahead and move, but I probably wouldn't like the no season thing either, though. That'd be weird too.
No, I don't have to see the. Well, I'm retired now. Nice weather.
Fairly populated.
Yes, very populated.
That way,
About
have to worry
20
about
acres.
wearing masks and social distancing. You want a copy of this, right, Mr.?
All you gotta do is go down south, they don't care about that at all.
You're right about that.
I don't care about a lot of things now,
Especially in
so.
Atlanta.
We went to Tennessee,
I'm all up here sweating germs.
it was just, we went to Indiana in July, and it was just, it was a freak, I mean, it was like, it was like they didn't even believe it yet.
Yeah, well, that's,
I don't know what I did with my other little mask I just had on.
Up north here.
Josh, are you changing his AY day?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, change all that to, the,
Second, right?
yeah.
The case that we just heard, the date was today?
yeah, the AOI thing.
Those days are probably actual, days when they actually go. Cause you know, like, when we get out county dates, they don't, those days aren't real, they're like
Oh, yeah.
control dates, but this is probably a real date.
I don't know, because
I checked, no,
he's gonna be out now.
February second?
Yeah.
in theory,
So it changed.
by the second, he could be back in.
Don't go nowhere, you want a copy of this, right?
Oh, so that's the earlier date.
I
that
think
you
I
were
should.
requesting.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna
If
fax.
you think I should, then
I'm
I
gonna
should.
email it, but still, it's always, no, I didn't get it or something.